Please hang up and try again.
Howdy everybody, I'm TJ, I'll be your host here at GoFigureNews.com. We are doing another review of something special that just arrived on our office doorstep. And today we are looking at figures from Butch-O-Vision, Butch X, Butch Von Droe. He balances the worlds of animation and the worlds of horror quite well. So these are Butch-O toys. Now what you see right here is a painted version and a glow-in-the-dark version, and I was very excited that he actually signed them as well, which that's a really extra little bonus. He definitely has a left-hand curve in what he's creating. He makes toys, he makes pins, he makes patches, he makes rings, and right now he's in the process of collaborating on making what? A film? That's right, candy corn. Now you can find out more about candy corn if you go to the website candycornmovie.com. I love the idea that there'd be a fusion between Halloween candy and horror and toys, and it just seems like a perfect match. The film is by Josh Hasty, so you're going to want to keep an eye open for that. Maybe it's like a crazy demented dentist or something like that. We'll wait, we'll see. So first I want to look at the painted version. Alright, I'm opening this baby up, and it's in this simple plastic innard. I'll show you the box first so that you can get a flavor of all the sides. You can see that he does not skimp on graphics. This is, by the way, you are looking at Drunk Face. This is Drunk Face. Of course, you are going to have this fantastic fusion between both the Simpsons and Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Check out Butch-O-Vision on Instagram, and you'll be glad that you did. So we're going to take a closer look at Drunk Face now. Now this is really cool. There's a lot of details here. So I'm going to hold him up so that you can take a look. Here we have his chainsaw, which has that little X on the end, and it has a little bit of flexibility, which is cool. The sculpt is superb, and then you've got these big fat feet, which are flat on the bottom, really designed nicely. And then here's the back. It's got an apron tied nicely, painted nicely. That's an added bonus, and it's actually a small detail, so it's great to see that that's done well. There's a slight overpaint on the yellow here, but nothing you can really notice. Here it says R.I.P. Gunner on his arm as a tattoo, and he's got his big sudsy beer, and of course the mask that's all serrated and stitched. And then you've got the classic hair, which I think is super cool. And not only that, it's articulated. Yes, the arms articulate, so you can put this in a few different poses. As you cheer with your big pint of beer, you can throw up a chainsaw at the same time. Here's the arm movement for you. You can imagine that like cutting some appetizers to go along with the beer. I love this. It's got a great sense of humor. The paint is superlative. The colors themselves are very somber, but in terms of the characterization, he's going for this sort of like gray area sort of figure and playing on that really nicely here. This will run you a very extremely reasonable $16.66. So if you don't have this, if you don't have anything by Butch, take a look at the site and decide for yourself, because the end result, the quality, this is actually as good as anything else out there on the actual big commercial market. This is really, really, really good, and he's upped his game. The last one, the Donut Killer, was a little bit more handmade feeling. This looks like it was actually, produced en masse, but I'm pretty sure that he has a limitation on these, and once they're sold out, they disappear from his website, and you'll see that happen on several products. So if you go on to Butch-O-Vision.com, you'll see what I'm talking about. The expression is just like roll your eyes hilarity. One of the things that I really like about the design of the box, besides for the fact that it's a window box and you can see inside, is this sort of worn look to it. It plays on all of that nature of being an inbox collector. It's kind of like a meta comment. I really, really like that. These were, in fact, just released. So these are brand new this year. Here we have it, the glow-in-the-dark version. So here is Drunk Face in glow-in-the-dark. Now, I really sort of appreciate this when you can see the sculpt without the paint, because you can actually see the real talent of the artist. And I'm going to show you some close-ups of these so that you know what I'm talking about. They really do have a quality that shows attention to the sculpt in a very dramatic way. Like, for instance, this chainsaw, these little points are actually kind of pointy. And this is going to be the typical time when you say, this is not a toy for ages X and up. So my guess is, though it's not marked, that these are good for kids that are 15 and up. Kids and big kids. I think that these are really kind of a big kid's toy. The interesting thing about this is the mug, the chainsaw, the arms, and the feet all have this one kind of slightly shiny glow-in-the-dark color. And then the body and the head have this sort of matte finish. So I assume that it will glow differently depending on. He puts out a lot of glow-in-the-dark figures, so it would be fantastic to see these all lined up in a row. And I don't know about you, but when I close the lights to my office studio at night, I actually have a whole array of various little spots that are glowing on my wall. So it's kind of cool to be adding him to the overall collection. Now I want you to see these side by side so that you have a feel and a flavor for what these look like in contrast and their profiles and their butts. Woo! Yeah, this right here is Drunk Face, and it actually makes me feel like I want a beer. How about that? There's a couple of really great microbreweries around here, so they might have a visit from me. Maybe I'll even bring this guy along. Who knows? It's kind of funny. So, despite the fact that it's not even anywhere remotely close to Halloween, these are going to be non-seasonal year-round because of the fun of it. He threw in something extra, which was very nice, and this is actually something that he does. There were a couple of things. The first thing was a couple of stickers. Deladezo.com and Pizza Boys. That's a sinister dripping pizza mask. And then you have this 4 and maybe 44 in quotes. And it's done in switchblades. So these are cool stickers. I've already added this one because he threw in 2 to one of my tubs. In the near future, when we reach 5,000 viewers on Facebook, I'm going to be throwing someone out there quite a hefty, big old surprise mystery box of figures and things, and you just might find something like this inside. So we thank Butch-O-Vision for that, because the gift keeps on giving. A zombie Viewmaster head. So this is cool. It's an air freshener, just, has that string built on. I have no idea what it smells like. I'm not going to unleash the scent right now. But that said, this is hysterical. I love it. I think it's probably one of the best air fresheners designs for one that I've ever seen. Here we have, and he has these on his site. This is the Michael Simpson Donut Killer in glow in the dark, and it unpainted, obviously. There's no articulation on this figure. I don't think the head moves now. But you can see the sculpt, and those out there in the world of sculpting might have a little bit of adoration for this guy. This is incredible. It's super cool, well made, perfect sculpt. There's nothing out of place here whatsoever. He shows, he's like in a onesie overall. You got the pockets, you got the seams, you got the collar, which is sticking up. You've got the amazing devilish hair. And of course, this blends two of my favorite flavors together, the Simpsons and, of course, Halloween, the original. And it comes with its sword, which is quite pointy. So you're going to want to just simply insert that into the hand. And voila, there it is. He's ready for some trick or treat action. Consider Butch-O-Vision in your toy collecting world. He's really onto something. I think you'll agree. Remember to subscribe, and we'll see you right here next time on Go Figure News. Over and out.